Hey guys, day 21 of Facebook Positivity Video Challenge and 9 more to go. Facebook has a new emoji out and I'm not a fan, don't like it, and I'll tell you why. It looks cute, cool. We can't meet face to face, some of us. We can't hold hands, we can't hug, we can't shake hands. And Facebook is trying to turn us into an emoji. I want to see your sparkling eyes. I want to see the shimmer of your hair. I want to see the glow of your radiance in your skin. I want to see you. And one thing I gotta tell you is, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're looking well. Tell you a wee story, because that brings me to tell you a wee story. And I was living in San Diego. I was looking to buy a new car back in the 90s. And Connor, I used to have to pick Connor up from the daycare at 3:30 in the afternoon, get him home, and then I had to go to work as a bartender and work till all hours of the night. So I was looking at this car in Mission Bay, and I saw this Mazda in the car lot. And this dealership, I won't mention their name, but they're known as Sharks by the Bay. That tells you everything you need to know about them, right? So I see this car, and my God, it has my name written all over it. The hood goes down, and oh God, it's black, and I could just see myself driving around PB and that, and I thought, that's me. Car salesman comes over, he says, you like that car? I said, love this car. He says, you thinking of turning your own in and doing a trade? I says, possibility. He says, okay, well here, let me get it evaluated while we take this one for a spin. And he took my car keys, okay? And I give it to him, and I get in the Mazda, and we're driving, go up Balboa, down to Garnett, and with my hair, whatever, I had hair back then, and it was blowing in the wind, and the sun coming down, and the radio playing, and I'm thinking to myself, God, this is me. I love this here, We get back to the dealership, he goes in, we start negotiating terms, but the time's running down, and it comes to about 3 o'clock. I said, I gotta go and pick up my son from daycare, and he says, hold on, it's only taking over 30 minutes. I said, I don't have 30 minutes, I'll come back in 2 hours, but I love a car, I'll be back. I says, give us my keys. He says, no, we'll get this done. I says, no, give me my keys to the car. He says, no, we'll get this done. I says, I gotta go and pick up my kids. And he says, well, this won't take long. I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna ask you one more time. Give me my keys. And he says, Mr. McCann, we'll get this sorted. I says, give me my keys. Losing it, okay, starting to lose it. And he wouldn't give me the keys. So of course I explode. And I said the words that I shouldn't have said in the middle of the dealership. This raving, red-headed Irishman nut standing there screaming at the top of his lungs, give me my... You know what, okay? Hey, you know what? After I yelled those words, I'm looking around me, and there's a woman with a little kid, and she's covering his ears. And I'm standing there feeling horrible, and the car salesman, or the car manager comes out. He says, here's your keys, get the hell out of here. Who looked the worst, them or me? I look like an idiot. Hey, the great master said, a man is not defiled by what enters his mouth, by what comes out of it. Is self-righteous anger river right? It might be, but don't express it, okay? We have to learn to hold our tongues, and we have to refrain from pushing that send button and on our emails and on Facebook. I love the Buddha. The Buddha said, I will not be punished for my anger, I will be punished by my anger. Plato said the first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by self is, of all things, shameful and foul. Hey, listen, I love a story about the Buddha. I love wee stories, alright? And these wee videos are getting longer, so if you're sticking with me, I appreciate it. But the Buddha was given a lesson on great love and how he returns love for evil. This guy was listening, and he decided to test the Buddha, so he comes up and he starts yelling abuse at the Buddha. He started calling him all kinds of names. The Buddha sat in silence. And when the man had exasperated himself, yelling obscenities at the Buddha says to him, if you bring a gift or a present to someone, and they refuse to accept it, to whom does it still belong? And the guy thought, he says, I guess it still belongs to the person who brought the present. The Buddha says, I refuse to accept your present today, or your gift, or whatever you want to call it. Well, that is what we have to do, is practice that self-control. It'll save us a lot of embarrassment. You know, I learned from my mistakes. I made a lot of them. One time I got an email from the board of realtors inviting me to a white party. I called the board and I says, hey, I'm a realtor here in the community. I think it's terrible that you're practicing racism. And they said, what are you talking about, Mr. McCann? I says, listen, I got this invitation to a white party and I think that's wrong and the board shouldn't be discussing that. Some guy calls me back and he says, here, listen, I'm an African-American guy. White party just means that you were white. And I think he told me it had something to do with supporting the gay and lesbian community, LGBT. Oh my God, I still haven't lived that one down. Still in counselling over that one. So some tips, okay? Number one, step away. Count to 10, breathe. Try to see the big picture. And then walk away from the computer. Don't push the send button. And then ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? If it doesn't meet all 3, don't say it, don't send it, don't commit to it. And if you do, because you're human, apologize immediately. And more importantly, forgive yourself and learn from the lesson. All right, speaking from one who's made a lot of mistakes. Hey, self-control, practice it. Show me your face. Don't be an emoji. I love you guys. Bye.